can't even get to cross.
Hey guys, Dave here. Today we're going to be looking at the Hell's Gate battle, trying to give you some tips that's going to get you a little bit further. So right now I'm at stage 0 with 0 stars, just started. If you're a low level, you're going to have a difficult time just starting off. So don't, not everything you're going to see me do, you're going to slow down towards the end, but I'll get to that. So with having a VIP pass, the monthly pass, I'm able to skip battles instantly. So that's why you're going to see me be able to skip so quickly. But going through these battles, 7 versus 8, when you're a stronger character, you'll be able to whip right through these, no problem. I'm shooting for that 3 stars times 3 stars, so I can get 9 each time. So the 2 versus 2 here is going to be a lot easier to get those 3 stars, the whole 9. And when you're trying to figure out what you're going to get, the HP, defense, attack, and SPI, my tip is you're going to try to balance out your defense and attack as best as possible, and throw in HP where it makes sense. So right now, I'm going to save a lot of my stars, and I'm going to go with attack. It's only 3%, but I don't even need it yet because these characters are too weak right now. So I'm kind of just saving up my points and putting some in attack. You see here, I should have shown you, I'm going to win a green key here. And so sometimes that option, I'll show you later how it might be best to go with a 2-star. Just to get it versus the 3-star if you think you're only going to get 2 stars anyways. So this 4x4 battle, I should get 9 stars total. Every 5th battle, you're going to get the number of stars you've gotten times this top. It says 2,500, so how many stars I got multiplied by that. So I'm going to continue on my one-on-one. I get a choice here. I'm going to go ahead and do the defense. Sometimes if you pass up a defense or an attack, whatever might be that 30%, it could be a while before you see it again. So sometimes you just want to always go with it. It kind of depends on your stars. Right now I got 48. This is going to take 30 of them. So as long as I get some pretty good stars the next couple of rounds, I'll have enough points to do another 30. All right, now this 6 versus 7 on the right, because I got 1 less, and it's kind of difficult to always get the 9 stars on the when you have 1 less versus their 1 more. You can go with the middle one, the 2 versus 2, and if you get 3 stars times 2, that's the same thing as getting 2 times 3 on the last one. So you're going to get 6 stars either way. Now, at this point, I would still suggest trying the 6x7, because if you got your character set up to do area damage, sometimes they can still get that 3x3. Shooting up, I still got 2x3. So now, here's where I said, you see the middle one, you receive an item. It's not worth getting that item if you can get more stars going with the higher stage. So my 3 times stars, I'd rather get 9 stars than 6 stars and an item. All right, now if it was on this stage, I'm looking at maybe just getting 6 stars on the 3rd stage versus I can get 6 stars on the 2nd stage and an item, then I'd probably go with that middle item. But since it doesn't come with an item, I'm going to try to see if I might be able to get 6. Nope, I got all 9 stars there. So one of my guys did an area attack and killed that extra hero before it needed to start another round. So it worked out to give me extra stars just attacking them. Later on in the game, I won't do that when I'm looking at fighting somebody very difficult. Even with all my bonuses, I won't chance being 1 less than them because it's more likely going to end me sooner. So I'm going to drop it in my defense. I really don't need it in my defense right now, but I'm not going to drop it in my SPI. I only got 42 stars, so this will save me some stars for my next round. So again, I'm still going to shoot for that 3 to 4 because these are easy enough characters. I'm only on stage 10 that I'm going to try for getting those 9 stars, even on like that 1 versus 2. Hope for 9 stars, didn't get it. Now I can start, getting my attack. I want to even these out as best I can. I've tried it to where my attack is in the 200%, my defense is in the 90 to 120, and I end sooner. So I want to try to keep them balanced as best that I can. Sometimes it's really hard. That's why it's nice they give you 3 chances to run through these, because sometimes you just get dealt a bad hand. So, say I just did a 7 versus 8 and got 9 stars. So that it was worth trying that. Now it's 4 versus 5, but I can get an item. And now I'm looking at my defense and attack. Now I'm going to drop it into my attack at this point because I only have 42 stars. Sometimes you're not getting the items you want, and you're going to end up with 60 to 90 stars. Even I've had up to 100 stars built up, and I'm just like looking for the next item to drop it in. But since my defense is higher and I want to make sure that my attack, I always try to get my attack a little bit higher than my defense. So I usually choose attack unless it's way higher than my defense. So just cutting through here. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Let's see here. I could drop it in my HP, but I only have 51 stars, so I'm going to do my defense. And I say I only have 51 because if I keep getting an option to get 30, use all 30, use all 30, use all 30, you know, round after round, then I'm going to not have enough if I want to the next round. So I'm going to keep going here. Right now, my averages has been around in the mid 50s to mid 60s for on this server I'm on right now in my character levels. So until I start getting to the mid 40s, I'm not even cautious about fighting that third round. I'm going to take the attack even though it's a little higher. I want to use all 30 of those stars. You want to try to keep your stars from getting too high. You don't want to have your stars around 60 to 90 consistently, because then when you die early, you just blew all those stars that whole time. Now I can go ahead and, just because, you know, I'm going to always really try to choose defense and attack. That every so often, if my stars are getting built up, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in HP. HP can be nice because as I'm attacking here, we're going to go ahead and watch a little bit of it. I'm going to attack first. I just killed him in one attack. Now he's attacked me. I'm only getting 1 damage. Now if they did some kind of Kamehameha or whatever, that can take a lot more damage off me than what they're attacking me with. So that's why I want to get my HP up a little bit, because that's how I can get screwed in a battle, is all of a sudden, I mean, look at that. Oh no, that was me attacking me, so that didn't work. Or me attacking them. But they can do one of those special attacks and do a lot more damage. Even though my defense is showing they can only take 1 on those hits, that's why I want to get my HP up every so often. I try to maybe do about half HP versus my other stats. I'm not going to drop it on HP now because I got 45 stars. This will let me bank some of those stars for when I see attack and defense in those 30 spots. So just going to continue. Got a little lucky. See, I'm going to take that attack. Even though my defense is pretty low, I got enough points to go ahead and drop on that attack, and then kind of just hope that. See, I'm getting 2 times 3, 2 times 3, so that's going to make it harder for when I want to use 30 points. See, there's attack again. For my example, at this stage, I would drop it into attack still. I could drop it on the HP, but I'm pretty attack heavy on this. I want defense, but it's not giving it to me. So that again can kind of screw me later. That's why I want to burn up some of these stars. Having a whole bunch of stars and not getting the stuff you want isn't going to work out as well. See, now I got my defense. I got a bunch of stars. Drop it in my defense. Now my defense is catching up. Going to continue attacking here. I'm at stage 40, so here in a second I'm going to slow down and make sure I'm making the right decisions. Because once you start hitting that level, you know. SPI, the only reason I would drop it into SPI is if I had that like 60, 70, 80 stars and I'm like, I'm going to burn this up one way or another. And SPI can help you out a little bit, but SPI has to do with the fact of that third round battle. So if I was going to go to third round on these later levels, it could help me make sure I win that battle. But I'm not going to spend it on SPI when I only have 30 stars. But if I had 60 to 90 or something and I need to spend those stars, I'll probably do an SPI. And because I have 30 stars, I could go for defense here. You could go either way. I'm going to go ahead and do attack. I'm going to keep my attack up because later on I might get a bunch of defense and no attack, and my attack's not going to get any higher. But yeah, I really do want to get that defense still. And as long as I'm doing a 2-on-2, 4-on-4, whatever, right now in my 40s, I'm going to continue with it. I'm still getting my 3x3s. You kind of got to watch it because one time you're gonna have an even battle, and it's not going to turn out the way you hope, and you're gonna die early. Now I'm getting 3-on-3 when I'm having the match battles, but I'm getting up to this higher level. See, I'm don't want to do the attack, but it's just that's my only option. Now 3-on-3, I know my top 3 characters are in the front that I'm going to have a pretty good chance I'm going to have a 9 stars on this battle. But if it was 7 versus 7 or 8 versus 8, I'm more hesitant to go with it because they have a chance of having a lot of better characters and stronger characters. That when I have that 6x6 or 8x8 there or 7x7, it gets kind of iffy here. I got a really good attack. It's 200%. I really wish I had more defense. 6-on-6 is probably my best chance here, even though I just hit stage 50, because 8-on-8 is going to be easier people, but because your weaker players are number 7 and 8 usually, you're going to kind of lose out on that battle possibly. And the 7-on-7's fine because there are a bunch of easy characters, but you're not going to get the stars to be able to continue the levels. So you really want to keep getting those stars. So I'm going to try it and see if I get lucky enough. Yep, I'm still getting 3x3. That kind of lets me know where I'm at. Here's my defense. That makes me feel more comfortable with doing the 6x6. So I just raised it a bunch, still getting the 3x3s. I really got to watch it because, next thing I know, I'm going to get a 1x3, and I'm going to be like, whoa, I could have lost that, and I wanted this to go as long as I can. Now that I'm at 53, and I know that I'm about to reach my limit, that 1 versus 2 is going to pit me against 2 very strong players. I don't feel as comfortable with that. I know that I'm going to get a 2x3, so 6 stars on there. So I'd rather go with the second one, 6 versus 6, and get a 3x2, and that's going to give me 6 stars too. But in this case, I didn't even lose more stars by getting a 1x3 on that last one. I want to do 2 things here when I'm thinking about this. One, my attack's really high, and that can backfire because I'm going to need that defense, and I might want to save some of these stars. But in the same sense, I'm getting towards the end of my level. I want to burn up stars because I don't want to end the game and been like, well, if I'd have just, used the rest of my stars, I could have won that round, and got further. That 8 versus 8, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to go, even though it's going to give me an item, I don't care because I want to get further in this game. It's all about getting them gamuts at those last levels. You can see here, Super Boo's got 14,000 life. I just took 4,000 off him. That's great, and he's only taking 1 off of me. But then he turns around and does a, Final Flash or Galactic Gun or something, and that could have really just killed both my characters, and my game ended there. Gonna go with the 6x6. I don't want to trust that higher number with harder characters. So see what I get. I get 3x2, so that means I was doing really good in that battle. I'm going to do the 5x5 again because I just got 3x3. Now I'm 3x2. That lets me know they're doing good. Don't really want to drop into my attack. I'd rather have a defense. Don't have that option. To be honest, I'm not even too sure that I feel good about this 6x6, but I'm going to go with it. Still got good scores. That's good. I could do that 6x6. Again, I'm reaching my close to limit. You're going to just think that you're hitting it, and then you go to that 6x6, and then you die. And you're like, oh, if I'd have just done that 4x4, that 5x5, I could have gotten a couple more rounds. So that's why the stars are important, but not important enough for me to end the game early. Now look, I just got stars 1x2. So I got to the 3rd round there on that second one. That means I could have just lost that one. Going with that 6x6 would have been even harder. That lets me know that I'm probably going to want to try either the 6x6 or 8x8. Well, I want to get one more round to get that reward, so I'm going to do the 8x8 in hopes that they don't have any really strong characters, which they probably will. This could be the end of my round here. So they got a Super Boo or a Boo Gohan. They got a Gohan SS and Android 17. This is on the easy round, you know. I got a 1x1. That was third round on the easiest level. And again, I get no defense. I got that 3, but I don't want to end the game there. The next best thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and drop it in my HP, because my HP has been kind of lacking. It's at that 45. This is tricky. That 7x7, the higher number of players I got going on there is going to limit my stage. The 6x6, they're going to be stronger characters, a little closer. I could really try for this 1 versus 1. So I'm going to try for the 1 versus 1 here. See what my luck is. I'll even watch it for a second, just kind of see. I could watch the whole thing through, but I'm not trying to make the video too long. That tells me right there, unless this galactic gun does it, I'm done for. I got to this stage and it stopped. Yep, I'm done. So, again, you can watch some of your battles and let you know where you're getting at. I just got this stage 60 on that one, but my last time I played, I got 62, which put me at rank 3. Just looking at my history here, to get rank 2 yesterday, I had to get level 65. So that doesn't mean I got to get the same thing this time. It might mean I have to get 68 just to get in that second rank again. But these are some tips that hopefully help you try to make the correct decision on what you want to drop it into. Some people might have other strategies, but that's what I do. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. I'll be coming out with more Z Fighter videos. And see you then. Any comments and suggestions help. Thanks.